pardon me, is sending out only this. And then any combination of that is a mix. So if you put 0.5, it's going to be sending out equal amounts of 1 and 0, and it'll be a blend. Envision this like a panning knob. This is how I look at this, okay? Matter of fact, let me just pull out an input here. Here's a crossfade value set from 0 to 1. This is literally like a panning knob. 0 is 100% N0, and 1 is 100% 1. So this is how we crossfade wave players. You come over here, you see I have 2 wave players hooked up to, we'll talk about this in a minute, coming out into the crossfade, and it is literally ping-ponging between the two. Now, we're going to go a little deeper here. I'm going to actually show you how to build this from scratch. So I'm talking fast right now just to give you the overview, so don't panic. I'm going to walk you through this in just a second from scratch, because it's a powerful concept to get. The crossfade audio 3 works similar, but now we have 3. So what happens here is when you create the input, you have a 0 to 1 still. And so the way this works is you have to set this to 2, because it's almost like an array of 3 sounds. 0 is 100% 0 output. 1, if I take this to 1, which is in the middle, it is 100% 1. And if I take this to 2, it is 100% 2. So if I want to crossfade between 3 audio sources, I need a value of 0 to 2. And anything in between that is a blend. So 0.5 is a blend between 0 and 1. 1.5 is a blend between 1 and 2. Now, I will admit, I love the guys at Epic Games. I love everything about MetaSounds. I love everything about the Unreal Engine. But I do think the way this is set up is a little confusing. I think it probably could be set up a little bit better, but it is what it is. And once you understand it and grasp it, you can kind of make sense of it. It took me a while to kind of honestly figure this out. Now, it's one thing to crossfade, but how do we make a smooth crossfade? And this is where the interp node comes in. This interp node right here, let me move this over, and I'm going to show you here. Oh yeah, real quick before I forget. You see I have 2 of these nodes, and the reason I have 2 of these nodes is because we're using a stereo MetaSound. So in this case, what you have to do is you have to use 2. You need 1 to crossfade the left channel, and 1 to crossfade the right channel. Again, it's not ideal, and it's a little bit cumbersome, but it's just the way the coding works. So we have to use the tools that we have. So I have, if you'll see here, I'm crossfading between the left channel of wave player 1 and 2, and then I'm playing simultaneously the wave player right channel 1 and 2, but you can see I'm sending it the same value. That way it does it evenly. Now let's talk about the interp node. Let's come over here, let's disconnect this. Let's move this interp node over to here. What the interp node does is it basically changes a value over a period of time. And in this case, right here, you can see interp time. 1 is 1 second. So what this is going to do is whatever this target is, it's going to change this value from whatever it's set on to that target. And so what you have to do is you have to use this node in conjunction with some other nodes. What we're going to do in this case is we're going to use this very powerful node called trigger route. And so what trigger route allows us to do is it allows us to come in here and it allows us to say, hey, let's pull off an input here, set 0, set 1. So it allows us to say, hey, when I set this value, I want you to interp whatever value we're at to that value, okay? When I set this value, I want you to interp whatever value we're at to 1. And so this is beautifully created to work exactly with what we need to do. So we hit play, we hit set, it changes this value to 0 over 1 second of time. Now, if the value's already at 0, it's not going to do anything. So when I go here, it's going to take it and we're going to change whatever value we're at, whatever this value's at, it's going to change it to 1 and flip.
Where to start? Where to start? What is this? What? Skip restore. That's the only option. So whatever. Oh, this is a goofy project. What's going on here? What's up, chat? I don't know if anyone's in chat. I can't see, but I'm trying to learn how to crossfade. in Unreal Engine MetaSounds. I don't really know how to do this shit, so we're gonna learn together. Whoever's here. You know, feel free to type in chat and stuff if you know better than I do, because I am an Unreal noob. But you know, if not, obviously we can just chill. But basically what I'm trying to do is crossfade between two MetaSounds based on a player's location. Shouldn't have opened this project. What I'm gonna do is just a really basic template, you know, default proj, and just try to get it working on there. Crossfade test, and then I will add it to my game, Skyrhythm. I'll try to implement it. I don't know if that's gonna happen today, but at the very least I just want to learn how to crossfade MetaSounds based on a player's location. Should be really simple, but I'm also pretty dull, so it might take a while. But you know, we're just here to vibe. It's just a vibe. We're not, you know, I'm not pressed. Okay, third person template. Pretty cool. Let's make some MetaSounds. I'll just use some song of mine. Hopefully launching FL Studio won't destroy my audio setup here on stream. Let's fuck around and find out. Fuck it. Okay. Seems to be working still. Let's see, can stream here. My audio. Do you hear that? Looks like you're getting no desktop audio. Properties. Yeah. Scoot, scoot. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, well, this will have to do for now. Let's see. It's a good track with different sections that I could crossfade between. Let's just do like some house, something super simple, just so we can easily hear the crossfade happening. The songs that I'll use in the game will probably be something else, but I have this goofy little Switches. I'm just gonna make it a loop that should kind of perfectly repeat. Right? So I'm gonna export this. Export. And let's do folder UE5 test, crossfade test. Section, it's called, the beat's called Dark Dance. Pretty creative name, I know. Section 1, or just 1. Yeah. And then we're gonna bounce section 2 after this. I'll probably leave out, there's another drop here that gets crazy, but I think I'll just leave it out for this, for the purposes of this. So, anyways. That's a nice little loop right there. Let's make sure it's, yeah, it's on there. And yeah, that's good. Okay. Export. WAV file. Oops. Dark Dense 2. Save. Okay. This is gonna be probably a shameful display of my Unreal chops. But, you know, I just thought I'd stream just for the, I don't know, for the vibes. In case anyone wants to pull up content. We're in content, okay. New folder. Audio. New folder. It's good to stay organized. MetaSounds. And then Dark Dance. And then we're gonna import. Gotta find that thing. I think it's in here. Good to stay organized. Least organized folder known to man. Okay. Boom. Right. So now I'm just gonna start by making MetaSounds sources dark, dense, section 1. I'll do MSS, MetaSound source, section 1. Or, no, I mean I should just put them both in the same thing. So, dark, dense, just like that. And let's go in here. This is where we're gonna be cooking most of our stuff here. Flip am I supposed to do again? Play sound, play, wave player, right, stereo, and we're gonna make 2 of them. Okay, maybe some light tunes. You know, we're chill. Okay, wave asset, dark, dense 1. Wave asset, dark, dense 2. So there's the 2 of them, and then we're gonna want crossfade 4? No. Right, because we should make this MetaSound stereo. I always forget to do this. Output format stereo, right? So I think this is where it gets a little confusing because stereo files have left and right output. So you can't just use a simple 2-node crossfade. I think you need more than that, but that's why we got this tutorial right here.
It's not going to do anything. So when I go here, it's going to take it and we're going to change whatever value we're at, whatever this value's at, it's going to change it to 1 and flip-flop back and forth. So that's what allows us to morph these sounds together. So that's a quick overview of basically Spark. Hey, what's up, everybody? Fuller here. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, and I've been appreciating all the comments and all of the new subscribers that we have, and just a lot of cool things happening on the channel. I haven't released a video for a few weeks. Been busy catching up with the new job over at Zapper. I'm the audio designer over there, and been kind of getting into the groove there and working on some really cool projects. Can't say much about it, but we are deep in MetaSounds, and it's been a blast. So I want to pick up today's video. I want to show you how to make a morphing fire sound, and I've seen a lot of comments on some of the ideas of crossfading MetaSound sources and stuff like that. So in this project, we're going to build this right here. Check this out. So we got a little fire pit here, and then when your character walks over here, we hear fire, and then when we come over here, we're going to see some sparks. We're going to see the fire morph into the sparks, and listen to what the MetaSound does. So the MetaSound kind of crossfades into this kind of magical sound. We'll go back to the fire, and then when we jump on into the fire, it stops it and fades it out. So pretty simple concept, but inside this MetaSound, we're doing some really important things, and also
let's just try this. Yeah. Left. Oh, I see. So we probably need... I'm bugging. We probably need 2, right? Left and left. Right and right. And then these crossfade values are going to be connected, so... not that. Promote to graph input. And then we're going to connect that there too. And if we play, oh, well, let's go out left, out right, on play both. So, and then on finished, can just go in there, stop tweaking, or I guess it probably doesn't really matter. The unfinished. Loop. Let's set both of these to loop. That's a nice loop we got going. Very nice loop. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So. What the flip am I up to right now? Close the sequencer, close the tape recorder. Most annoying Unreal Engine features. Okay. Where's our character blueprint? Yeah. So we got this fool, which is characters. Where do they put this? Third person blueprints. Okay. I low-key don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not commentating. Allow spatialization. Nah, we don't want that. And then play. Is there a play on start or whatever? Or that's probably in the MetaSound. MetaSound. Source. Oh, auto activate. So it's already set. So. And then I guess what we're gonna do is collision boxes, but we don't want it to be a strict thing. So player spawns there. I'm gonna rotate this 90 degree. Oh. Rotate this 90 degrees, right? Because in the game, basically, you're flying through tunnels, so I'm just gonna try to build this framework with cylinders. It just feels like the right thing to do here. Oh, whoa. We're gonna scale, make it nice and long. I low-key shouldn't have duplicated yet, because I can just set this and then duplicate it. Let's put it here. So I'm thinking this is track 1, or track 2, this is track 1. Let's close that, duplicate, put it right there. Now we're gonna have some kind of logic so that this distance is the crossfade, so left and right distance from this just on this plane determines the crossfade, or vice versa. So let's rename this just so that we can keep track. Where's the damn rename? Oh, edit, rename. Left, or track 1 ref track 2 ref. So these two basically in here, event begin play, yeah, okay. Then we're gonna do what, like get world location, or get something location, or maybe as, should we get, no, not as player controller, get yeah, okay, get world location of the mesh, the player. And then, so to access the MetaSound, we need to add a reference, MetaSound reference, in here, in variables. What is it again? MetaSound. MetaSound source, object reference, and we're gonna rename it MSS_ dark dense. That's what this is called, right? Yeah. Compile. Yeah. So there's our MetaSound reference, right? Get. And then what we want to access is crossfade value. Or what is it? Okay, this might be time for a tutorial, which I feel like I know how to do this, but I'm just blanking right now. Maybe I'll just Google it. Let's go. set float parameter. Is it this? Set float parameter message. Right. In name crossfade value. Crossfade value. Distance between two actors. Right. Clearly, get actor location. So we're gonna need to cast to track one. No? We can't cast to this track one ref. Or does this need to be in a blueprint? Might need to be in a blueprint nested in one. Track one ref. We can't cast to track one. Let's see what happens if I just, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's fix this. We're gonna do content. Just let's make a new folder, I guess. Blueprint basic. Blueprints doesn't really matter, but it's cool. Blueprints. And then blueprint. Blueprint class, yeah. Actor. Track one ref. BP. Let's do BP underscore. Yeah. Oh, fuck off. BP underscore track one ref. Right. And then inside this, can I just drag this? Like, I hope this is as easy as I want it to be. Can I just put this in here? Come on. Replace selected actor with that. Fine. Blanking. Okay. Anyways, static mesh cylinder. What can I do? Add cylinder like this? Yeah. I'll just do that. Wait, what? Basic shape cylinder. Okay, perfect. It's already in the right shape. Okay, cylinder one. Delete this one. Right, and then new actor class BP underscore track 2 underscore ref. Right. Let's put that in there as well. Cylinder nested in there. Compile these. So now these are replaced with our nice little cylinders. These cylinders will be our reference for the crossfade, like the character is going to check the distance between it and the cylinder, and based on that it'll crossfade between the two sounds in our MetaSound. And it's only going to be on, what axis is this? On the Y axis, left and right. So BP blah 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 blah, let's split this. Y is our one that we need. Cast to, so yeah, okay. Track 1 ref, cast 2, track 2 ref. And we're gonna want get actor location. Cylinders are just for like a visual component, so we know like where the thing is, you know. Get actor location, or maybe I should do what, world location of the cylinder. Let's do that. Get world location of cylinder 1. Yeah, that's probably better. Get world location cylinder, right? Split both of these. Let's organize this a little bit. Okay, that might just be a little nicer. A lot of people dislike my blueprint organization. I don't care. Too bad. Oh, okay. Well, this is gonna be separate, right? So maybe I should do it like that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just doing shit. I'm just doing random shit. So I need to think for a second. We're setting float parameter, so from 1 to 0, from 0 to 1. Basically, if this equals this Boolean, what should I do? Equal, right? This. We don't exactly want a Boolean, we want a fade between. Where is that equal in what section? Operators. Oh, let's go to operators. Add, divide, greater, equal, less equal, not equal, subtract, multiply. So there's definitely some clear like math logic that I should be doing that is not super obvious at the moment. maybe there's just like a distance. Map range to a smaller range. What's that even called? There's a term for that. What is it? This map range clamped. So outrange should be between 0 and 1. And basically in range. Oof. Think. So this is there. That we know. Right? And we're probably going to want to cast before we set the parameter. So, what's this? Nonsense. Sorry about that. So, let's see. Cast here, right? And then that's gonna happen. And then we're gonna cast to the other one. Let's make a little space here. That's gonna happen. Okay. And then we're gonna set float parameter. And what's gonna happen between here is subtract. So y value of this minus this is there. And then another subtract. Maybe this is crazy, but that also minus this is that. Compile. The type of object is undetermined. Huh? Oh. I just, is this crazy? Can I just do this? I mean, it's super messy like that. I'll just do this. Right. What? Doesn't inherit from controller. So what do you want? Oh no. Please don't crash. Okay, let's just do, let's just save everything, yeah? What do you want from me here? Maybe I should just put this all in the level blueprint and cast to the player. Um, okay. Behavior tree. I need another reference, basically. No duh, no duh. So how about just that? Let's do object underscore track1 ref. Can that go in there? Get. Yeah. And we probably need to compile it. Yeah. And then another one. Let's make this track2, BP track2 ref. Did I select the right one? Track2, object reference, rename, track2, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now compile. So does this work now? Let's just do some printing, yeah? So let's I feel like this might be the wrong node here. Let's just print this in blue, sure, and then another one. Let's put it down here. Let's get rid of that. And print this in a different color, sure, pink. And so now we're gonna be printing cylinder 1 minus player and cylinder 2 minus player. Let's see. Not printing anything. Why is that? Something must be happening here. Okay, let's just... How about we just print hello? What? So is this cast failing? Interesting. Oh, it's just happening on begin play. It's the doy. It should happen on tick. Event tick. Right? That's when this printing should happen. Right. Delete that. So now cylinder 1 minus cylinder 1 minus player location into there. Perfect. Okay. And then this into here, this into here. So now interesting. They're the same value. I guess because this is on the other side, these should be flipped now. Duh. Wait, I'm bugging. Should they not be flipped? I should probably also just use like division to do this. It's printing the same value in both. Why is that? What is this? Access none. Okay, let's close that. Let's not deal with this right now. Let's just try to get this printing working, right? So cylinders are a target. cylinder's our target here. So this thing's location minus the player is in there. This thing's location. Interesting. How does a DJ crossfade work? DJ deck. Crossfade. Curve. Alright, chat. It's time to talk to other chat. How do I map a range of values of large int values to between 0 and 1 in UE5? Okay, so let's just print this, yeah, and then negative 672, negative 1505. Right, and then put that in there, and put this in here. Huh. Oh, maybe because this is only happening on fucking begin play again, so I'm gonna put it on event tick. No dadoy, no wonder. Printing anything. Why? 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 Okay. I'm gonna take a little break in a second. Let me just try one more thing. So, event tick. Boom. So, I guess what should happen on event tick is setting the float parameter but not the casting. So that'll happen there. But the float parameter, but we want the world location to be gotten on tick as well. sure why this doesn't work here. If I go direct, so the printing is working now, right? But it's not setting the damn float parameter. This is the problem I keep running into, is it doesn't change live unless you have a timeline set, and the timeline is scripted. But I want live adjustment, where it should be crossfading as you move. On event tick. External. How do I set it to external? Okay. Bro, ChatGPT just says anything. There's no setting for external control. called crossfade value, yeah? Let's see, this is the exact name, yeah. I see. So I just need to play sound, like turn off auto activate and activate it in the level blueprint. Play sound to be, this should be on begin play. Right? And then what? want to take a little break. I don't think anyone's watching, but if anyone is,